So it's tire prep day.
Yes.
It's not a fun day, never. It's never a fun day, but it's totally necessary, especially short course racing. These tires, we made some improvements, major improvements to our cars just by tire grooving. We took the Ceros out early in the beginning when we first got them. We took them out, we ran them, we come back, we grooved them, went back out. It was like night and day difference just with the grooving. So totally necessary. It's just not any fun. It takes forever.
It's monotonous, takes forever. You get one done, like, all right, I got one done now. Okay, that took about 45 minutes. Great, I got 3 more to do. But the Ceros are a fantastic tire all around. Doesn't matter what terrain you're really running on. I mean, they kind of struggle in some areas versus others, but their biggest pitfall that they have is when you're on a track that's really tractioned up and then you get out into the cushion, like you're sliding out into it or whatever, they tend to want to bike really bad.
Yeah.
I mean, Hoosiers do the same thing. And it's all about grooving them and grinding the Hoosiers a certain way. And that's the same with these. You see a lot of pros do it. When you don't have an unlimited budget to be able to be like, well, those didn't work, and just throw them on the shelf, you know what I mean? You got to kind of like, okay, what can I do to counteract what I just did to these things? So we've kind of got a decent idea on what works, what doesn't. So, and we also have some big news coming. We're waiting on some other paperwork and stuff to come in. And start the brand. So we'll have a brand. It'll change the name of the YouTube channel, and then also things that we make, we'll be able to sell. Well, if you want them,
sell online.
We'll sell online stuff like push button shifters, CV guards, bumpers. Now we might even start making some of these and selling them. Tire stands, shirts, hats, the whole nine. So basically, if we don't have it and you ask for it and we can come up with it, we'll get it on there. So
big news. We're not gonna release the name just yet because we're still in some
legal.
So we're still in some legal dealings with that. Just making sure that we got all of our ducks in a row before we dive in, because we're diving.
We're diving hard.
And we're just letting you know right now that that's going to be coming. So yeah, big things happening for 22. These are a brand new, fresh set of Ceros that belong to Travis Pinkston. We're going to groove them up for him. He's got them mounted on a set of System 3s. There's a set of Ceros over here that already partially have our grooving pattern in them that we use. And then we just picked up our first set of Hoosiers.
Yep.
We're going to see what they're all about. And along with the grooving of the Ceros, these Hoosiers, they've already been grooved up a little bit, but we're gonna buff them. We're gonna show you guys how to buff the tire, and don't know how many people are doing that, but on the Hoosiers, it's definitely necessary. Here's something else. If you don't have one of these, man, and you got any means of fabrication, man, whip you up a little tire stand. So we got just a 4-on-110 bolt pattern cut in that plate with a couple regular 1/2-inch bolts sticking through it. That tube right there. We can tighten and loosen this up. Allow you to spin the tire around. If you got 2 people, it's super easy, but you can do it by yourself. Yeah, it's cheap. Probably have $20-$30 worth of material in this. Just makes it super easy to get the tire up off the ground. This is the groover that we use. Nothing special at all. You can get like hundreds and hundreds of dollars tied up in like hot box groovers and like those type of groovers. This groover right here is like around $100. Bought it from Speedway. It's grooved a handful, numerous. I can't even count how many tires that groover has grooved so far. The blades are cheap for it. It's adjustable for the depth, and you can buy wider ones. So yeah, it works great.
And another big thing when you go to do these, if you've got a used set of tires and you're wanting to groove them, get the edge back on them and do stuff, power wash. And I know it's a pain in the ass, but all these sipes that are already here, get in there with a pocket screwdriver or something small and kick all them little rocks out, because if you don't, you'll hit them one time with this, when that razor blade is hot, and it knocks the edge off of it, and then you're sitting there struggling the rest of the time. So, or you'll just go through a lot of them. But clean your wheels up, or your tires up. You're better off starting with brand new. But if you don't, you got old ones, you want to groove them up, and practice on them first to get a pattern that you might like. Make sure they're clean, because dirt just kills the blades.
All right.
Well, let's do it.
Get to it?
Let's do it. All right, so we got the outside edge done. So what this is going to do is give you a little bit more drive, especially if you slide into a corner and you slide out to the cushion. You know, this is going to help dig you want your outside tires to help turn the car, because as soon as the outside tires plant and it doesn't help you turn, it's when it wants to bike. So with this should clean out nice.
It's all about letting that dirt get through there.
Get through there and take bigger bites out of the dirt. So what we're going to do, because like on mine, the fronts, all I've got is like 2 directional with the whole circumference of the tire grooves down the middle for turning. I didn't do anything on the outside shoulders, but on my rears, I did this. I opened these up on the outside edge and then right here, and then I took one groove right at the edge of this lug all the way around. So when you're in the corner, say you're going into a left-hander, your right rear tire, is going to be trying to do forward drive, and then your left rear inner tire is going to be trying to hold the car from over-rotating. That's the idea behind that. What we're going to do on his, because he wants to be able to use them on all of them, all 4 corners the same and have a spare, is we're going to run directional groove down the center of this, and then a directional groove down here, and just leave the outside of the edge of the tire for bite. And just the way these tires, are in the dirt as they are, they have really good forward drive anyways, so hopefully this will give him what he's looking for.
Okay.
And that's Jenga.
That's one tire done.
On one.
That's one. Here's the final product here. Here's the groove pattern. Yeah, so we just put 2 directional grooves all the way around the tire on the inside lug, and then we just opened up the pattern that was already there from Maxxis. We just made it a little bit wider and a little bit deeper with these 2 grooves here. So that's why that stack of tires is over there, because that right there is what those Ceros right there are going to look like here in just a few days whenever I imitate what we just did here, because I know it's going to work. So not to bore you guys with 4 more of those tires, you've seen us grooving those ones. The result, you can see what it looks like. We'll finish up those other 4, and then we'll buff those Hoosiers up.
Yeah.
So if we look at this tread pattern on these Hoosier tires, now this is new to us because this is the first set we picked up. We got a real good deal on this wheel and tire set, and I really wanted them because they had the 4-on-110 pattern on them. And that's kind of hard to find anymore. So we got a good deal on the wheel and tire, and we're just going to, these tires were used whenever we got them, but we really didn't care because we just want to take them out and do some testing with them. So they've already been grooved. You can see that these horizontal groove marks in here are not from the factory. I don't believe anyways.
No, they're going to be, well,
no, I don't.
No, the side siping is.
Yeah, these here are.
But the ones across are not.
But this is not. Someone's already grooved these tires.
I believe.
I don't know how well. Well, yeah, there you can see real well. These tires are tore up or
blistered.
What you would hear someone would call these tires blistered. So they've been hot. They've been spun on a bunch. But you can take care of that. You get your old buffing tool out. We got this thing specifically for tires. It's got an 80 grit pad, Velcro pad on the side of it. And we're basically going to just take that pad and sand this tire down. It takes that first initial layer off of the tire, and it also puts a nice sharp edge back on all these points over here. And it's going to work out perfect because we'll be able to go out and test on these tires a little bit before we spend the money to buy 4 brand new ones.
Yep.
They're already mounted on a set of wheels, and we can just go out and thrash on them a little bit. So learned a lot about this in dirt modified racing, and this is very similar tread pattern and tire prep technique that you would use in dirt modified racing. So me and Kevin both have a dirt mod background. So
it's been a long time for me since I've been on anything dirt mod wise, but it's all been asphalt. But it comes back.
Yeah.
But there again, other than a little bit of shock and spring work on them cars, once you get the base set up in those modifieds, your tire guy or whoever's doing your tires is worth their weight in gold. So that's key with these Hoosiers. So I mean, you can see how friggin' soft these tires are. I mean, look at that. Yeah. I mean, that's.
So they're going to get tore up, and like I said, one of the big things about the buffer is putting that sharp edge back on. I've even done that with my Ceros.
Yep.
I've went through and buffed, and even though you're taking a little bit of height off of the lug itself, you're putting that nice, fresh, sharp edge back on them, and and get them to light. So.
And I believe these Hoosiers are still bias ply, and I think, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure that those Ceros are radials. So how these tires act are different. So that'll be interesting to see. But
Those pieces that you're seeing there right now are in the, are not in, they're not. They're flattened off. It feels good.
oh shit.
Oh yeah, that happens. Right, that's one down. That's one buffed. It looks so much better.
When you're buffing,
This
that's what you know you're getting after it. That's why nobody wants to be a tire guy.
right, and it stinks.
Yes.
It's just nasty all around. This tire, it looks so much better. These little, you know, where it was all blistered up before, we got it all smoothed out now. These are cuts that are down inside the tire. There's really nothing we can do about that. It feels a lot better. It's real, you know,
Sticky.
it's real sticky. And if you didn't notice from the video, the Kevin went side to side here across these middle lugs, and then we kind of turned the grinder around, and then we spun this outside, and we did this outside edge a little different. These two outside.
Just makes it easier
Lips,
to clean
yeah.
them up, because if you try to come clear out here, then you're skipping off the sidewall, and it's just
Yeah, and if you didn't notice, there sometimes it can be a little bit hard to handle that groover till you find, or that buffer till you find the right angle and everything to go with it.
yeah,
It gets a little bit wild.
buck wild. And the hell of it is, when you come around for your second pass, you got to really
Right,
have a hold on that grinder,
Yeah.
because it hits that fresh rubber that you've now unearthed, and it's like it wants to take it
Right.
off. So, speaking of taking off,
Yeah. It's time to wrap it up. We'll finish these other ones here directly. We'll get them all done. We'll have these tires all grooved up. Tire day, the worst day of the year, will be over. All the tires will be done, be buffed, ready to go. Get you out of here with that sheet metal brake so you can go. And then next time, we'll check in and see what the heck you were doing with that brake whenever we go.
Fornicating,
Go
not
pick up the
fabricating.
bus. We go pick up the bus.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, hope this helped you guys. And, you know, if you're running short course and with either the Hoosiers or the Ceros or whatever, you know, hope this video helped you out a little bit. This is what we did with it. We always say before, this is what we did. We're relaying. We worked for us, right or wrong. It worked for us, and we're just sharing information. So, like always, thanks for watching.
Thanks for subscribing.
And if you haven't already,
Please do so.